So, hi, today is an exciting day. I am relaunching or launching season 4 of the Biz Podcast. If you don't know me, I'm Lara Wellman. I'm a business coach. I am the founder of the Biz Studio, and I love to help support entrepreneurs in finding the ways that are going to help them make more money and enjoy their business and still enjoy their life. And my tagline for years has been all about your life, your biz, your way, because there is no one way to do a thing. That is what I strongly believe. There is no one way to do a thing. And we hear that a lot, that there is one way, right? You hear people promoting their way, do their thing their way. We learn all of these things all the time, that you're supposed to do things a certain way. And I don't think it's true, but I also know that it can be hard to know what to do instead. And so this season, the theme is all about confidence, and it's about breaking the rules or changing the rules that are getting in your way. It's about helping you figure out yourself. It's about helping you find your confidence. It's about finding ways to believe that what you're doing is working. Because when you believe in yourself, when you have that confidence in what you're doing, it comes through. It is something that people gobble up. The more that you say things with confidence, it's just this magical switch that can be flipped and things start to work better. But like, how do you get there, right? How do you get there? It's like fine and well for you to tell me that, Lara, but how do you get there? So this season, I am doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing interviews, and I am going to be broadcasting all of the episodes, including the solo episodes, just like this small, shorter one, live on Facebook. So they'll be coming up live on Facebook before they go onto all the podcast places, and there'll be video as a result if you're watching live online. And if you are watching live online when they go up on my Facebook page, at the end, we'll be checking for questions. So there's an opportunity to do a little bit of Q&A. Confidence and breaking the rules are just things that I think we need to talk about more. I see it all the time, how just like these little switches in reframing how you think about a thing can make all the difference in the world. If you believe that you're good at handling money, if you believe that you don't need to have the typical sales funnel that you see everybody online talking about, if you believe that you can reach the sales goals that you've set, it is more likely to happen than if you don't. And I see people struggle to believe. I see people struggle to not think that they have to do things the way they've seen other people do them. And I think that, most of the rules are bullshit, because they're not rules. They're like suggestions. People have found ways that have worked for them, and they want to tell you about them. And that is awesome. And maybe that way will work for you. But if you see somebody say something and you think that is the way that I have to do it, or I have to do it exactly the way they do it, and it's not working, the shame that comes down on us for not being able to do it, for not understanding the tech, for not being able to keep up with the workload, for feeling like you just don't like it, right? All of that becomes so heavy that we are paralyzed, that we just stop, that's when we see people say, I've been trying to do something for 6 months and it still hasn't happened, and I just don't know why. And so I want to help support you with stories. I want to have people who come on and talk about how they used to think things had to be a certain way. And one of the favorite lines I get is, but nobody else in my industry does it like that. And so unless you are governed by some kind of, college that says you cannot do things like that, just because that's what other people are doing doesn't mean that that's what you have to do too. It's okay to change the way things are being done. In fact, I think we need to change the way things are being done. So many things are not being done very well, in my opinion. So many things about work and business and school and life are things we've been taught that just don't serve us, right? The way that we've been taught not to be too boastful, but also nobody wants to buy from us if we aren't confident enough in ourselves. The way that we've been taught that hard work is the best work, that you're not going to feel like it was worth it, right? I'm going to feel so good about myself if I did this thing, if it was hard, than if it was easy. And I just don't think it's true. I think that that's what's perpetuated this feeling that life needs to be hard, that we always need to be working, that resting is lazy. We don't let ourselves enjoy our lives and businesses. We don't let ourselves enjoy it. And I don't think that's a good way of going about anything, right? If we stop expecting things to be difficult, and again, I don't want anybody here to think that I think everything in life is easy, right? There are challenges, there are things that are hard, absolutely, but let's not look for the hard. And I know I do it, I've seen my clients do it, we look for the hard. And instead of looking for the hard, I want to encourage you to look for the easy. I want to encourage you to say, I'm not going to do it that way anymore, even though it's the way I learned it. I'm not going to follow these rules that people have put out into the world about what it means to be successful and what it means to make money. I'm not going to do it. I think there are so many incredible people doing incredible things. Businesses that are like changing all the rules, right? Profit sharing, everybody in the business gets paid the same amount. It's all about finding the things that are meaningful to us and creating the business that's going to feel good to us, regardless of what we think, everybody thinks we should do. So, as somebody with ADHD, the whole I'm thinking outside the box a lot, but I want to encourage people who feel like I can't do this. I'm not that kind of a person. I don't have it in me to do this. I want to help people find the ways that they can do it without having to sacrifice who they are. And I think that's what ends up happening is you think you have to sacrifice who you are. If I want to be this successful, I'm going to have to be less kind. I'm going to have to give up my time with my family. I'm going to have to stop watching Netflix, whatever it is. I'm going to have to sacrifice something that also means a lot to me, that I can't see how the business I am imagining and the life I want to lead fit together. And so sometimes it's about reimagining what can be and how things can work and building something that works for what you want to create. And that's the themes. Those are the themes. Those are the themes we're going to talk about in these episodes. My goal with my podcast has always been to keep them under 30 minutes mostly because I have a short attention span. So I assume a lot of you do. So we try to keep things sweet, short, succinct. So the episodes will be mostly under 30 minutes. I've got already a whole bunch of people lined up. The next episodes are going to be coming fairly regularly. We've got episodes that are going to be talking about burnout, about money, about writing. We've got, people who are going to talk about the businesses that they've built and how they changed things and created things they didn't think would work, but then did work. And I'm just going to keep inviting all kinds of people who I think can show you how to find that confidence, how to believe in yourself, and how to find that way that is your way, that feels like the right way. And I know that what was hugely important for me as my business started to grow and I took, bigger steps was to find people who I felt I could see myself in. And so I want to try to bring in some of these stories I don't hear as often online and in podcasts and in marketing, so that you can see that there are people doing what you'd like to do, so that you can connect with those people. And all along, I'm going to be sharing a lot of the stuff that I share with my clients, that I share with my one-on-one clients in my workshops, in my group coaching program, because that is my goal, is to help support entrepreneurs in finding the ways that are going to make them feel good about their business. So I hope you'll join me as I relaunch. I'm really excited. I am going to be sharing lots of juicy stuff, and I'll see you on the next episode. And if you're watching me live on Facebook, this is where I get to say all of these episodes when I stream them live on Facebook. I'll end them and then I'll let you let me know if you have any questions and if you want to engage with me as I'm live, or if you want to ask my guests when I have guests. Obviously, I don't have any guests right now. If I have any guests, then you can ask them questions live. So I can see a couple of you are watching. If any of you want to say hi or have any questions or want to tell me what kind of topics you would like to see when I'm booking more guests, please let me know. But now you've had a little bit of a taste of what I'm planning to do. My next episode is going to be streaming this Friday morning at 9:15 a.m. or so. And we're going to be talking about burnout. So thank you for joining me as I talk a little bit about what's coming, and I hope to see you on many of the subsequent lives and listening to the podcast. Take care, everybody.